Back to Great Day, and welcome back, Brett Roske. It's time for Roske on Politics.
So much to talk about, you guys, and I'm going to tease for later in the segment. We're going to show a clip from the Undie Run in D.C.
There you go.
So you're going to want to stay tuned for that. But first, some politics quick. We're going to take a look at a clip with Justin Long, the actor. But before that, what's up next? You got South Carolina, you got Nevada. Nevada are the caucuses, very similar to the Iowa caucuses. People break up into what they call preference groups, which is very similar. But what's interesting, South Carolina and Nevada are this Saturday, the Democrats, and then the Republicans in South Carolina and Nevada are Tuesday. So I know Brian was just on talking about results. Those are going to be two real big barometers as to where this race really stands. He mentioned some polling, and you mentioned one of the polls is actually the Wall Street Journal poll has Trump coming in a close second nationally, right behind Cruz. But as far as Nevada polling, right now Trump is at 45%. Next up would be Rubio, Cruz, 19 and 17%.
Wow.
And again, it really fascinating to me is Jeb Bush in the Nevada poll 1%, and nationally he's coming in at 4%.
Jeez.
And even with his
brother, his mom,
which I think former President Bush did a great job. That speech, I thought that okay, this is what Bush needs right now, but apparently not so much. If you tune into the show Sunday, you'll actually see me chatting with Jeb Bush Jr. and some other folks. But one thing about Nevada, same-day registration, just like Iowa. So Senator Harry Reid is obviously been one of the Nevada senators for many, many years. He wants them to be, they call it first in the West is the Nevada caucuses, but he's been angling for them to be first in the nation and take Iowa's spot. He says that the population is more diverse. We'll see what the actual turnout is, though, for those caucuses. But that's coming up Saturday. The plan is I will be out there, so next week I'll be talking to you about that. But first, let's take a look before the Iowa caucuses. Guys, I did so much filming. I literally dug through. I'm like, I've never even shown this clip with me and Justin Long. So here's me chatting with actor Justin Long.
Welcome back to Roske on Politics. This is actor Justin Long. You've come a long way from California. What brings you into Iowa?
Well, I'm here to get out the message that the kids need to vote and caucus on February 1st, 6:30 p.m. And we're trying to get young people to vote.
So we're at the mock caucus at Drake University. I see you wearing a Bernie Sanders
no particular candidate. Whoever you're going to vote for, just exercise your democratic privilege and do it. Could be anybody.
Could be any.
Yeah.
That's a very multi-candidate message. Yeah, but okay, you're wearing a sticker. Okay, fair enough. So is this your first time participating in the Iowa caucus process?
It is my, well, the caucus itself, yeah, it's my first time before the caucus, but it's my third time in Iowa. I was here in 2008, 2012. When I was a college student in 2000, I voted for Ralph Nader, and I never really forgave myself, and so I vowed in the future to do something about that and try to right that personal wrong of mine. So I'm trying to encourage people to get out there and exercise their rights.
So you voted for Nader. That's a vote with the heart. Why are you against that vote now?
Well, I'm not necessarily against it. What's exciting now is that I feel like I now have a guy with similar ideology in terms of the environment and certain socioeconomic policies, but he has a much better shot. He's a much more viable. He's a much better position, I think, to be a great president.
So you've been at the front lines. We're obviously here at the mock caucus, but you've actually been making calls at the Sanders headquarters all day. Yeah. How do you think your candidate's going to do Monday night?
We're very positive, very positive. The polling numbers have looked good, and it's also, polling numbers are a little, it's tricky, especially with first-time caucusers. Caucusers? Caucusers. It's close to being really dirty, isn't it? Caucusers. And so, it's hard to tell, but I think as far as the excitement that's brewing on the college campuses we've been to, it feels like really palpable on his in his favor.
I've seen some photos of you making calls. Are the Iowans that you're connecting to, have they reached a point where they don't want to be talking to people anymore? What's the reception been?
My parents, when I was growing up, my dad especially, hated getting calls. Even if it's, I grew up in a Democratic household, and even if it was from a Democratic, surrogate, they hated receiving calls anywhere near dinner time. So I'm very wary of, I kind of tiptoe around a lot of the calls. I go in very gingerly. I think sometimes too much so. So I say, I kind of plant the seed that maybe I am bugging them.
All right, so you dial the phone. Yeah, give me a type of call.
Hi, this is Justin. I'm calling from the Bernie Sanders campaign. Is this a bad time? This is a bad time, right?
No, this is a great time.
You're sure? Really? Why would you not be eating dinner?
We just finished dinner.
You finished at 5:30?
Just finished dinner. The kids are already asleep.
Early bird. So you have kids. I hope this didn't wake them up. It probably did, and I'm sorry. Click. I'm the worst. I'm the worst.
Yeah. Okay, so that's you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So haven't been making much headway in the phone bangs department, but no. But people have been responding, and a lot of the people you call are undecided, or you get I'm a Republican. But I have to say, even everyone I've called, for the most part, has been really unlike my parents would have been. They've been very genial.
Are you going to be here through Monday night, or are you heading back to California?
I got to leave tomorrow. Night, but I'm hoping I have time to meet Senator Sanders tomorrow, which I'm excited about.
Justin Long is here in Iowa campaigning for Senator Sanders. Thanks for chatting.
Thanks for having me.
That phone call kills me when he goes click. No, you're probably busy. I mentioned it earlier. Without further ado, I was just in D.C. Huge thanks to Melissa Fitzgerald, Jason Dick with Roll Call, and of course our friend the D.C. Shadow Senator, because he brought me along. We marched in the Chinese New Year parade, so I'll be seeing him in Las Vegas in a couple days. But first, I participated in what's called the Undie Run. Now that did not mean I was running around in my skivvies. I was fully dressed, but it was so cold I could barely feel my fingers. 18 degrees out. It's raising money for a great charity. Let's take a look at the Undie Run from Washington, D.C.
Welcome to a special episode of Roske on Politics. You never know what you're going to see. This is Chad with the Undie Run. What's going on today?
Oh man, we're having a lot of fun. We're down here for Cupid's Undie Run DC, presented by Sakatumi.
Now this is not the only event. There's a bunch going around.
There's a ton. We've got 39 internationally, 36. Let's just get that out of there. That's what you're going to see here.
Why the event today? What's the cause?
The cause is to support neurofibromatosis research at the Children's Tumor Foundation. We do a lot of good. Last year we raised $3.5 million.
Wow.
This year we're looking for between 4 and 5.
We love that. Citizen activation. We love that. Who came up with the idea?
There's 3 founders. They wanted to do something to support their one of their brothers that has neurofibromatosis. He unfortunately passed away this August from complications with the disease, and we're just really out here to support and make sure no one else has to go through that.
And what's the web address if people want to donate?
www.cupidsundierun.com. We probably have one in your city, so come check us out.
What compelled you guys to participate in the Undie Run?
Raising money for a fantastic cause.
He's pretty happy with himself. He's pretty.
I get seeing things like that.
How cold is it outside today?
It's 18 degrees. It's a little bit cold.
It is seriously 18 degrees out here. I am cold in a full jacket and scarf. These people are freezing to death.
It's my 3rd year.
And why is this an important cause for you?
Cancer is the worst, and this is the least we can do. Try and help kids out and raise awareness.
Is this the coldest year it's been?
Last year was colder.
Last year was colder.
Last year was -7 wind chill.
And what do you do in town here?
I am a teacher.
And why is this cause so important to you?
I'm on Team Abby Shea. He's a 9-year-old who lives in Rockville, and he's amazing. He's the smartest, cutest little boy you've ever met, and he's really important to me.
That totally makes me want to be a part of the Cupid's Undie Run.
Huge thanks to Caitlin for giving us such great access that day. A great fun day, but it was real cold that day. So Cupid's Undie Run, I know last year they raised $3 million. They were hoping for $4 million. I don't know what their final total is.
That's incredible.
Because there's events all over the country. So good job for them. What a blast it was.
I was gonna say, we need to get that
What's
here.
on Sunday?
Sunday, 6 guests. Justin Long, Lena Dunham, actress, Congresswoman Christy Nome from South Dakota, Major Robert Dees, who's Ben Carson's campaign manager, and USA Today's Paul Singer, as well as Jeb Bush Jr., all this Sunday.
Wonderful. Good job, man. Hopefully you'll head on over to Nevada and get things taken care of.
That's right. I need some drinks by the pool time, too.
There you go.
Must make it so.
All right.